I'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. You can watch archive broadcasts and feature stories in the On Demand tab of the Grizzly Digital Network. For the most recent information, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. You're locked into the Grizzly Digital Network. We thank our corporate sponsors who have made this broadcast possible, and you, the fans, for tuning in. It's time for some Grizzly soccer. Let's now go live to the voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lawrenceville, Georgia, on the campus of Georgia Gwinnett College. We are live from the Grizzly Soccer Complex, where today, Steve DeCoux and your 13th-ranked Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies will battle the elements versus the Southeastern University Fire. Hello again, everybody. I'm Matt Mahoney. New broadcast partner here for some of our men's contests. Former Grizzly in his own right, two-time AII Conference champion, Mr. Ian Struckmeyer. Ian, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Mahoney. It's great to be on the Grizzly Digital Network today.
Proper introduction, two-time conference champion, right?
Yes, sir.
Today, interesting circumstances. The Grizzlies are going to take on the Southeastern University Fire for the first time ever, but Ian, they're out of the Sun Conference, and the Grizzlies all too familiar with that conference membership.
Definitely. The Sun Conference, they have a lot of good teams. They got Thomas down in that conference. They had Embry-Riddle, SCAD, tough competition in that conference for this team that they have.
Today, the Grizzlies looking to improve on their one of the best starts in program history. Right now, 2 wins, no losses, and a tie. Ian, what's working well for them this year?
It just seems like the chemistry's flowing a little bit better. Usually early in the season, it's difficult coming in with a bunch of new players, trying to get a feel for each other. But it seems like these guys are meshing pretty well together early in the season, so that's good to see. We're
going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the tail of the tape between the Fire and the Grizzly next on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi, Grizzly fans. This is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. Right now is the time for you to join us inside the Grizzly Club. Your tax-deductible contributions will go towards scholarship opportunities, travel expenses, championships, and student-athlete development. Plus, you'll have exclusive offers for game tickets and inside events. Your support truly makes the difference as we develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Join the Grizzly Club today. Go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. We take a look at the tail of the tape between these two teams. As both these teams have had a couple of games under their belt in this season, neither one of them have registered a loss. Ian, you tell me, what's some of those numbers that jumped on your screen, and what can we look forward to today?
Of course, Grizzlies 0.6 goals against average. That's pretty impressive thus far. But then you've got Southeastern Fire, got 4.5 goals per game. That's pretty impressive resume right there.
Leave it to a former goalkeeper to look at the goals against average right on the top of the
broadcast.
Very
important. Defense wins championships.
I like it. So today we're going to see the Grizzlies and the Fire go at each other again. Both these teams, 2 wins on the season, neither one of them lost. Grizzlies' tie is against the number 1 team in the NAI in Davenport University. So the Grizzlies are fresh off their win on the road versus LSU Alexandria, and we'll look at the Fire and the Grizzlies. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have with head skipper himself, Steve DeCoux, right here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. While you're watching today's broadcast, I wanted to highlight the academic accomplishments of our players who stand out in the classroom. Academic success is a vital part of the experience at GGC, and for our students who earn a 3.0 or higher semester GPA, they have their name added to the AD's honor roll. With team GPAs as high as 3.7, we've had excellent performance to date and over 50 athletes per semester earning AD honor roll distinction. So while you're enjoying the athletic feats of our players today, know that your Grizzlies are doing us proud in the classroom as well.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. We're joined now by head men's soccer coach Steve DeCoux. Coach, you going to keep the rain off us today?
That's the game plan, but love this cool weather, man. I had to pull out the jackets today. This is quite nice from what we've had the last 10 days or so.
For the last day in August, we'll definitely take it for sure here. For the Grizzlies, they went on the road to Montgomery, Alabama, took on LSU Alexandria, come away with a late, come from behind 2-1 win for the Grizzlies. What was that like for you guys there, especially to get off to a quick start after the long lightning delay, quick 1-0 lead in the first 5 minutes?
Yeah, the boys played well. We had our moments where we looked really good. And, it's early in the season, so we're not the finished product yet. Made a mistake, allowed them to get themselves back into the game, and, just showed great character. And got the second early in the second half, and then, we've got to get better in front of goal. So that's kind of the game plan for today is can we do a better job with our goal scoring. And so, looking forward to the opportunity we have before us today.
For the Grizzlies, Martin Toribio picks up both assists on Friday. What does it say for a newcomer for the Grizzlies to be that involved this early?
Yeah, Tori's, he's a veteran player. He might be new to our program, but he's got great experience and has a great background. And so, he was just calm and composed. And, the balls he played in were great. If our finishing's a little better in front of goal, we're talking about a bunch of guys who had opportunities. So that's the one thing going forward today is got to improve with that. Defensively, got to limit the chances that Southeastern has.
Today, first time taking on Southeastern, but we're all too familiar with teams out of the Sun Conference. What do you expect out of the Fire?
Well, they're Coach Roberts is doing a heck of a job there. Everybody I've talked to says they're an up-and-coming program. He's really got them turned around. Actually, he was a teammate of Coach Jorge Vallejo. They played professionally in Philadelphia together. So
wow.
He's got a good background. He's going to have these boys playing well, and so we know we're in for a test today.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking time to hurry down to the field. We're looking forward to today's matchup.
Thanks, Matty.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with starting lineups and kickoffs right here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. Glad to have all of our friends, family, and alumni here. A little bit later start is game 1 of our doubleheader between GGC and SCAD. Ran a little bit late as we went into overtime, and Bristol County had the golden goal game winner in overtime number 1 to give Chris Coon's squad the 2-1 lead. And so you're in the right spot, and we are ready to go. Let's turn things over to our public address announcer and Clay Tranham for today's starting lineups.
Starters for today's second game. First up for Southeastern. In goal, 0-0, Jorge Navarrete. Number 2, Jake Vanderleet. Number 6, Kendall Kraus. Number 7, Corey Mill. Number 9, Grayson Wilkes. Number 10, Jonathan Jimenez. Number 13, Garrison Crane. Number 20, Pedro Evo Diaz. Number 21, Frank Tiger. Number 25, Kyle Kraus. And number 29, Luke Marchesani. The Fire are coached by Clay Roberts. And now let's meet the starters for your Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. In goal, a junior from Durham, England, number 1, Lewis Sharp. In defense, a sophomore from Newcastle, England, number 2, Jack Durham. Also on defense, a freshman from Condon, England, number 4, Andrew White. Also on defense, a sophomore from Walthamstow, England, number 5, Matt Redgraves. And also in defense, a sophomore from Darlington, England, number 6, Ellis Husband. In midfield, a junior from Chativa, Spain, number 7, Martin Toribio. In midfield, a sophomore from Groningen, Holland, number 8, Pierre Silodinge Lugene. At forward, a sophomore from Aachen, Germany, number 9, Samuel Sampaio. Helsinki, Finland, number 10, Matti Karanen. In midfield, a junior from Sunderland, and at forward, a junior from Delta, number 19, John Crow. The Grizzlies are coached by Steve DeCoon. He's assisted by Kevin May, Chris Calvin, Brad Hartley, and Jorge Vigeo. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
It's freezing up.
Just give it a second. Big thanks to Clay Tranum there, public address announcer here at the Grizzlies Soccer Complex, as we're getting set for soccer here. You heard the introduction of the starting lineup there. Let's take a look at that starting 11 for Coach DeCou. And when you look at that lineup here, it's starting to get a little bit consistency here. We've shuffled around Ellis Husband just a little bit. He's going to move from center back to left back and start to find a home there for him this season.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Solid defense of the line. Got a lot of new guys in the back line, but they're playing pretty well throughout the season. I hope they find some consistency.
Beautiful temperatures here in Atlanta, Georgia today. Just outside the Atlanta metro area here in Lawrenceville, 75 degrees, sunshiny sky. The wind's going to whip through a good 10 to 15 miles an hour. So, folks, we'll stay with you here as long as we can. But if we go black, that's because the wind has literally blown us away here. So glad to have everybody aboard here live on our website at GrizzlyAthletics.com. Grizzlies will be in all-white uniforms, working right to left here in the first half. Meanwhile, Southeastern will be in the all-black uniforms, working left to right. Grizzlies head coach by fourth-year head coach Steve DeCou. Meanwhile, Southeastern is coached by Clay Robertson his second year. Last year, the Fire 10 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie. GGC is committed to the NAIA Championship character principles of integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. Keep playing, keep learning, keep growing. Game on. Learn more about the Championship Character Initiative, the opportunities to play in the NAIA at NAIA.org. Ian, what do you see as an early key to this game?
The wind, for sure. You mentioned it. You mentioned it just for our broadcasting purposes, but for the match itself, it's going to play a huge factor. Both goalkeepers need to watch out for that. Southeastern's goalkeeper looks a little on the shorter end, so he might need to watch out for some chips. But as far as play goes on the field, both teams need to keep the ball on the ground, just so the ball doesn't stay up in the air and float everywhere.
And we're underway with soccer here in Gwinnett County. I may have underestimated that wind. Let's try 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 here, as we may blow away in just a moment. John O'Connor getting to start up top with Sammy Gomes. Through ball from Martin Toribio. Great ball as Gomes gets it, blasts it off the defender, and it'll trickle toward the goalkeeper. Good early start for the Grizzlies, getting something going. Southeastern already this season has been no slouch to scoring goals. 2 wins over Trinity Baptist 7-1, and the other over Columbia International 2-1. So they're off to a good start, and they've got a lot of mixture of new faces and old. Couple of Division I transfers have come in and looking to contribute well early for the Southeastern Fire squad. Baranin in the midfield, controls, drops back to Husband. Finds the feet of Morty and returns the favor back to 6. Husband trying to play through and cannot. Morty will relieve the pressure. Back to White. Here's a dangerous ball as it's going to be deflected and up off the crossbar. Sharp has got to regroup and he'll collect it in. As Sharp not happy with the ball they got back from Morty. And so the Grizzlies almost avoid disaster. I should say the Grizzlies avoid disaster here in the first 2 minutes.
Play with your iris, 'cause you're way too bright.
Gomes in the attacking third.
Did you do anything just now?
Drops it wide for Gurr. Gurr, the defenseman, gets forward. Loves to cross. Into Gomes. Gomes in at the box. Crosses one. Low line drive. It's off a cleat, and it'll be out of bounds for a GGC corner kick. So John O'Connor will tee up the corner flag on the far sideline. Grizzlies get 5 white shirts into the box. Baranin comes short. He elects to go long. Looking for Redgraves and climbing the ladder will be the goalkeeper. And I believe Colby Turner. Man down for the Fire inside the 6. Might have rattled his cage a little bit. Seems to be okay.
Zoom out just a little bit, Maurice. Yep. Around, tilt down. Yep.
Another ball into the box. Sharpers have to clean things up again. A couple of dangerous plays here early for the Grizzly defense. Grizzlies had their first road trip on Friday. LSU Alexandria got started out well out of the gate, scored in the first 5 minutes. for Southeastern. They may be trying to do the same thing. This is their first road trip of the season. And they may have missed 2 opportunities to score early in this contest. Long ball for the Fire. Headed toward Gurr. Gurr settles with the header. And now Redgraves will poke it back towards Sharp, and that's a little bit smoother. He in some early nerves. What do you call this here?
I think it's just more of getting a rhythm of the game, just trying to figure out the wind, especially in the back line. They're playing a lot of long balls right now. There's maybe a little miscommunication, mishits, batting the pass backs to Lewis Sharp.
Long ball on the throw-in looking for Gomes. Gomes applies pressure. Absorbs some of that ball, lives back into the box. Peranen was in the neighborhood, but clearing things out of danger will be Trent Kiger, the senior in Mount Vernon, Ohio. Gurr elects to take the toss, finds O'Connor. Right back to Gurr. Gurr with an excellent cross toward the back post there. Might have snuck one in, but Colby Turner is there to rise to the occasion. Ball swung near side for Kiger. Applying pressure will be Peranen, quickly in the Grizzlies' favor. Martin Toribio, a junior out of Spain. Played really well in the first 3 games of the season for Georgia Gwinnett. Got him a goal and 2 assists. Functioning well in that midfield. Toribio can't believe it. He thought he got a free throw in. Back to the Fire. Eugene with a challenge in the midfield, right over top of that G-Claw. He wins it with a defender all over his shirt. Jimenez has got him a fistful of jersey, but Pierre was able to keep possession temporarily, and now the referee wants to go ahead and call the dogs off. Redgraves plays to Gurr. Off of Corey Mills, it'll be a throw-in for GGC. Grizzlies have had their fair share of competition versus the Sun Conference. Amber Riddle, Scad, and Thomas. If I'm not mistaken there, Mr. Struckmeyer, you've been on the field for all 8 of those contests. Care to venture what GGC's record is versus the Sun Conference?
Oof. So there's 8 contests. I'd say, 6-2?
Not bad. Maybe bring your expectations down just a little bit.
Ooh. Okay.
4-3-1.
All right. That's not something I knew. I knew that our record against Embry Riddle was a little shaky.
Yeah. That's literally
It's like
two of our 3 losses
yeah.
against Embry Riddle.
Yeah, Thomas last year.
Yeah, that was an excellent competition there.
1-0, yeah.
Yep. Came up a little short there. That's all 3 of them. The tie was against Scad, if I'm not mistaken, from 2 years ago, maybe?
I would believe that.
Okay. And we had the probably the most memorable moment versus a Sun Conference team was a win 2 years ago versus Scad 2 years ago. Johan Sanchez had the golden goal game winner.
Yes, sir. It was on that last minute, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. That was a pretty intense game.
Draw might against Thomas 2 years ago. Is now what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think we always beat Scad. And I don't want to put anything bad against them, but I think we did win all those contests.
Southeastern trying to mount an attack here. A couple of possessions, been able to link them together. Southeastern swings it far side, down the left rail. Looking for a cross. Ball near post, struck away by Redgrave. Be a throw in for Southeastern. Far sideline for Crane. The ball's in the box, pops back out. O'Connor, back to Toribio. Morty with time and space. Grizzlies swing it near side. Husband, back to Morty. All sorts of real estate for Gurr to operate. Working with Mujane. Two of them couldn't be on the same page, but Morty's there to help out. Again, tons of time and space for Morty. Paranen to Toribio. Trying to get it to Gomes. Gomes weaving his way through traffic. Now Toribio weaves his way through traffic. We get an easy whistle just outside the penalty area. So Toribio splits two defenders. No ball and all man. And so the Grizzlies will get to tee this one up right over the left post, just outside the penalty box. And some decisions to be made here. First 10 minutes, scoreless contest. Got Gurr, O'Connor, Pierre, and Morty all standing over this ball. I have a feeling they're not talking about dinner reservations. Mujane will peel off and head toward the four-man wall just inside the penalty spot. 22 yards out for O'Connor and company. 10th minute. Scoreless ball game. Here comes O'Connor. There's a right foot. Back post is denied by the goalkeeper and Turner. Southeastern will regroup, knock it out of play. And Southeastern makes an early play. Scoreless contest still. Both teams have had some opportunities. Gomes trying to go inline. Got to keep her well off the line. It's denied out of bounds for a GGC corner kick. Grizzlies with O'Connor going long. Paranen goes that way as well. Connor, low line drive toward the penalty area. Redgraves gets a hit on it, he finishes. Matt Redgraves, as bread and butter there on the corner kicks, becomes a target for Georgia Gwinnett, and he finishes to put the Grizzlies on top 1-0 early in the first half. Redgraves nets his third goal in a Grizzly uniform. And Georgia Gwinnett picks up right where they left off in Montgomery, here back in Lawrenceville. Southeastern trying to mount an attack. Zach, what'd you see there on the goal?
Well, it was
or Ian, one or the other.
It was a great ball in by O'Connor. Can't ask for a better ball than that. Right off the top of the six, out of the goalkeeper's range, and Redgrave just heads it in. Great, powerful header into the downward corner.
Grizzlies starting to stay on top of the attack here. Gomes with a settle. Trying to play it through to O'Connor, couldn't connect. Southeastern sort of panics and just knocks it out of play, throwing for GGC. John O'Connor will get credit for the assist. That'll be his second in a Grizzly uniform. Husband into Morty. Mujane switching for Gurr. Throwing for the Grizzlies' far side. Morty checks in for the throw, and he gets it off to Mujane. Grizzlies applying some serious pressure here in the first half. Andrew White plays wide for Husband. Fire toss things in. Grizzlies win it. Paranen and Gomes will give and go. Now Paranen off to Toribio. Toribio turns on the Jets here. Knocked away by Kyle Kraus. Husband into Toribio. Husband gets it right back. It'll be out of bounds for a throw-in.
When they're there close to you, make sure zoom out.
Grizzlies trying to get things out of this corner here. Now Morty will start possession. Husband again, back to Morty. Lots of room to operate for Callum Morty there in that midfield, Ian.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time on the ball. He can orchestrate whatever passes he wants right now.
Redgrave off to White. White up the way to Toribio. Wide to Husband. Short to Morty.
Sit down some
Yo-yos it to Husband. Good turn by Ellis. Can he keep it in play? He cannot. Throw in for the Fire. Through ball for the Fire here. An opportunity for Lute. Lute into the near post, and he'll go far, and he puts one home. Grizzlies lackadaisical defensively here as Jake Vanderloot, the freshman out of Chicago, Illinois, will put one in the back of the net, and we've tied this thing up at one apiece in the first 15 minutes. So a high-scoring contest. Ian talked about it in the top of the broadcast there. The 4.5 goals per contest to the Grizzlies. 0.6 goals against average. Well, it's going to be a matchup looking forward to, and all of a sudden the Fire answer the bell. Vanderloot picks up his first goal of the season. He started in the previous two matches. Now picks up his first goal in the third. Southeastern 2-0 in the season. Grizzlies 2-0-1. Grizzlies have now given up a goal in each of the last three games. 1-1 draw with Davenport, 2-1 win over LSUA. And now 1-1 effort here early against Southeastern. The good news, though, Ian, Grizzlies have also scored 3 second-half goals in their 3 games so far this season.
It's always good news. You want to be able to turn it on in the second half. You don't want to die out in the second half. Commend Coach Steve DeCoux probably for the fitness and determination of these guys on the field.
Toribio teams up for a turnover. Gomes with a post-up, trying to turn. Peranen tried to get a through ball to Toribio, but he was off, and Piranha's placement was a little off as well. Grizzly fans can check out the new Grizzly Digital Network Twitter account. Follow us at GDN Production to get exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and photos. We'd love to hear back from our fans from all over the world, even if you're having technical problems. It's the new Grizzly Digital Network Twitter account. Mr. Struckmeyer's on the Grizzly Athletics Twitter and Facebook pages right now, so we'd love to know who you are and where you're listening from. Do you have some early activity on there, Ian?
Just a little bit, a couple for the goal and the kickoff, but not too much. Not as much as he had on that first day.
An unbelievable record viewership for the Grizzlies that first night. I'm glad to have everybody aboard that night and this one. Again, Grizzlies breaking down defensively. As Southeastern will switch to the near elbow. Here's a pop-up to the back door. Nobody home off the end line. Goal kick for Lewis Sharp. Sharp cannot be happy right now, Struckmeyer.
Not at all. There's just miscommunication all in the back. They need to sort it out early or it could cost them another goal.
Sharp with a big boot up around midfield. Header one by Jimenez. Chase down far side to Mills. Tries to drop it back to Crane. Nobody home. It'll be a throw in for GGC. Ball chase near side. Toribio, shoulder-to-shoulder charge, keeps it in play and wins the ball. Toribio cross near post, headed away by the Fire. Good hustle by Martin Toribio. Morty, Husband looking to play into the box. Nobody home now on the same pages. Husband, goal kick for Southeastern. Goal kick for Colby Turner, a junior out of Jacksonville, Florida. Tee things up. Looks like all 22 players standing right in the middle of that circle. That wind becoming an issue. The ball was literally rolling away from Turner on the goal kick. Or should I say rolling toward him. The wind's so fierce that a still ball on the turf is actually rolling. Wind is in the Grizzlies' favor. O'Connor, surrounded by black shirts, turns it over. Redgrave, back to Sharp. Sharp boot around midfield. You got two Grizzlies wide open there. O'Connor's one of them, and a missed touch. For the Irishman, we'll give it a throw in for Southeastern. Almost a counterattack coming off the foot of Sharp's foot. Another great challenge for Gomes. He wins it and quickly comes back in. Grizzlies moving numbers forward. Mujane, bad touch there, trying to connect with Piranha. Southeastern looking to switch. Near side. Geiger. Divas. Up the way. Wilkes. Opportunity into the box there. And now his husband's going to regroup to poke it out of danger. Another great through ball for Southeastern. They'll have a corner kick on the near side. Corner kick near side, all the way at the 18. Knocked away easily by Redgrave. Gomes settles. Oh, no, excuse me, that's O'Connor. Now a long ball, looking for Mujane. Mujane's in behind the defense. A high bouncer. Needs some help. Now Gomes with a challenge. Jones with a win. He knocked away by the Fire defense and a corner kick for the Grizzlies. Great play there by Sammy Gomes and Pierre Mujane up top. This is how the Grizzlies scored their first effort. 10 minutes in. O'Connor found Redgrave. O'Connor again. Looking for Redgrave again. Redgrave gets a head on it, but it hits it wide. Chasing down to the near side is Toribio. Toribio knocks it off the black shirt, and it'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. Toribio. Into Gomes. Gomes can't get to it. Morty comes crashing in and forces a bad touch. Husband wants to calm down. Throwing for the Fire right around midfield. Another violent touch. Loose ball in the midfield. Morty will settle. Redgrave on the left foot. Finds the chest of Gomes. Toribio with a creative header. Now O'Connor in behind the defense. Piranha giving it chase. A lot of contact with O'Connor. And the referee will grant the foul in the Grizzly favor. O'Connor will get another crack at a free kick. This first one was on the near post just outside the 18. This one's on the far post. It's probably a little bit further out, probably a good 23, 24 yards. Four-man wall will back up just a couple of yards inside the 18. Grizzlies have 4 white shirts in the box. O'Connor waits for the whistle. Here's a right foot. Low line drive and another save by Turner. Give credit to O'Connor's put 2 free kicks on frame, and Turner has come away with a pair of saves. Piranha, a tough takedown there. Not a bad effort. And Southeastern will get out of danger. – 25th minute. We are tied at 1 apiece. Southeastern rotating the ball. Kraus near side. Kiger. Morty steps in front of interception, relieves the pressure out to Gurr. Chops it all the way back to Sharp and back to Gurr. Gurr gives it back to Sharp. Sharp targeting O'Connor. Won by Southeastern. Gomes applying pressure and gets a win. Gomes trips once, now dribbles again. Finds Toribio. Toribio with a chip into the box. Nobody on the right foot. Turner comes away with it. Turner quickly out. Swings one near side for Lute. He's the goal scorer for the Fire. Husband with a nice touch at a play. Fire right back in it. Errant pass intercepted by Morty. Long ball, Gomes can't keep it in play. Throw in for Southeastern.
25 minutes of this game, it still feels like neither team can particularly string some passes together. 2, 3, and then each of them give the ball away.
Safe to say, in that the reason of goals on the board for each of these teams is not necessarily, I'm not saying you didn't earn it, but definitely mistakes by the defense.
Without a doubt. Each team, a little miscommunication, a little breakdown for the Southeastern goal. And then you could say poor defending or great attacking for the men's the GGC goal with Redgrave on the header.
O'Connor chases it down to Gurr. Gurr trying to turn the corner, stops, keeps it in play. Draws a double team and can't keep it in play, so it's a goal kick for Southeastern. Georgia Gwinnett College is celebrating 10 proud years since its charter in 2005. Join us as we celebrate GGC 10 all year long. You can visit ggc10.edu/10th anniversary to explore everything from college milestones to upcoming events. It's GGC 10 all year long. Turner into the wind here. Rubio frustrated with himself after that touch. Southeastern trying to contain it, but they cannot. Eugene strong on the ball. Knocked out of bounds. Now we get a throw in for GGC. A couple of subs await to check in, and now they will have that opportunity. Checking in will be number 13 in Martin Lugo, number 22, Andres Ederstrom, a freshman out of Sweden. Checking out for the Grizzlies will be Mujene and Piranha. White, tough ball to Toribio, not a Husband. Husband off to Morty. Looking for Gurr down the right rail, and he finds him. Ederstrom right back to Gurr. Gurr, low line drive near post. A little confusion there, and it's just off a couple of black shirts. It'll be out of bounds for a lucky corner kick.
It's a good first time ball by Gurr there.
O'Connor again. Lethal on the corner kick. Strikes this one. Low line drive. Looking for Ederstrom. Can't connect. Loose ball in the box. Redgrave's going to try to take a dive. No whistle. Referee wants him up quickly. Counter attack for Southeastern. Gurr's the only one back there. Morty and White tracking back. Good through ball here. Out comes Lewis Sharp, and the Grizzlies will do a nice job of fending off any sort of attack. Tribio. And off to Morty. Wide side for Gurr. Handicap this first half for me here, Ian. We got, I would say, about 28 minutes into the game. 1-1. Possession leaning better for one team or the other.
I feel like Southeastern's playing the ball on the floor a little bit better. It could be their part of their game plan with this first half win going against them. GGC's got the win with them. You've seen a couple long balls, but again, even with the win, they should be able to play the ball on the ground a little bit more, keep a little bit more possession. I feel like they're trying to force a little too many long balls, which could cost them on counterattacks and just giving the ball away. You know, can't provide all your opportunities from long balls.
Fire switch the field in the back. On the turf to Jimenez. Jimenez trying to turn on O'Connor, cannot. Gurr with time. He'll play a long ball, looking for Gomes, headed away. Martin Lugo gets his first touch. Lugo down the far sideline. Too long of a touch, couldn't get to it. Lugo has made a career of coming off the bench and scoring goals for the Grizzlies as GGC's all-time leading goal scorer. Second all-time leading goal scorer. He has more goals than starts in his career. Husband. Morty. Lugo. O'Connor. Ederstrom. Applies pressure and drops it back to Gurr. Right back to Ederstrom. And he turns it over on a tough pass. Southeastern racing back the other way. Played short on a give and go. Now it's rattling around and Morty will control it, or does he? Last touched by Wilkes. It'll be a throw in for GGC. Gurr gets it quickly. Morty back to White. Now Gurr with a touch around midfield. Lugo with plenty of time. Tough spin from Gurr. Can't settle. Now Morty will come in off the Tribio. Now Lugo. Lugo moving forward. Finds the feet of O'Connor. Wide to Ederstrom. Lugo unable to connect. And now Southeastern will start out of the back. First chance for Southeastern to get a sub into the contest. Comes at the 30-minute mark in the first half. Two of them step on. As coming out will be Mills and Jimenez. Meanwhile, checking in will be number 5 and Camilo Mejia. And number 14 in Victor Reyes.
Check your Irish. Yeah, right. One more
Fire switch the field. Kiger finds the feet of the sub and Majehe. Switching the field.
Are we at?
Ball in the box, knocked away by Redgrave. Gomes around midfield, looking for the attack. Stops, comes back to his left. Got a couple of Grizzlies hanging out here. Lugo's one of them. Lugo on the end line, on his left foot. Gets it knocked down by a Fire. Still in play, but now he'll clear it out. Heads up down there, Marissa. That one buzzed the tower just a little bit of our second camera. This will be a throw in for GGC. Tribio into Lugo. Lugo with a turn, again, a cross denied by the Fire, and the play still in. Tribio, another cross. This one will go still in play. Grizzlies fighting for a corner here. Southeastern not giving it up. Morty off to Toribio. Right back to Morty. Toribio, loose ball. Finds Ederstrom. A bullet over to Gerd. Gerd got some heat on him. Gerd ball toward Gomes. Loose ball ends up to Lugo's lap at the elbow. Lugo cuts back to his right. Now streaks to his left. Inside the 6. Back post and it just misses there on a shot from Martin Lugo. O'Connor was just a cleats distance away from getting a foot on it to perhaps put it in the back door. But a missed opportunity for GGC. We're still locked in at 1. The 31st minute. Yeah, correction. Make that like 33rd minute. Another substitution, one for each squad, as appears Andrew Smith, sophomore to Killeen, Georgia, will check in for John O'Connor. Substitution for Southeastern, checking in will be Christian Borles. Toribio trying to find the feet of Smith. He cannot. Geiger in the midfield. Now Medeje. Ball to the attacking third for Southeastern. Couple of successful passes. Looking for their options. Playing wide. Husbands give it chase. It'll be knocked out of bounds. Off the end line, it'll be a goal kick for GGC. Good pressure applied by Husband. Another substitution for Georgia Gwinnett. As Samuel Gomes will get a breather. As well as Martin Toribio. Two Grizzlies checking in will be number 23, Brandon Dean, and number 11, Jardel DePisa. Southeastern will counter with the sub of their own. Jacob Wendell gets in the game for the first time. Brandon Dean, too long of a touch there, turns it over. Borles, near side and knocked out of bounds. Southeastern will keep it with a throw-in. Wendell chucks it in. Southeastern trying to build an attack. Through ball, far side for the Fire. As the ball headed well up and out of bounds. But again, another missed strike in their last touch for Southeastern. 35th minute, still 1-1, GGC goal kick. Grizzlies trying to calm this game down a little bit, as Ian said. Let's play this game on the turf versus in the air. Smith applying pressure. Not going to get called with too much hands and on the feet, so a foul called against Andrew Speedy Smith. Southeastern switching the fields. Southeastern, the ball played toward the box here on the front step, and they put one in. Again, another lackadaisical effort by that Grizzly defense. It's right on the front step into the 6. Easy ball to the front post. Southeastern makes it look easy against Georgia Gwinnett. They take a 2-1 lead in about the 37th minute. So talk about stealing the halftime locker room. A casual effort for Georgia Gwinnett. Find themselves down a goal before halftime, and Coach Taku is not going to be happy about this one. Gurr. Back to Lugo. Turnover. Gurr, far side. Into Morty. Grizzlies have went quite some time without stringing a couple passes together. Gurr trying to do so. Redgrave. Pressure applied. Back to Sharp. Sharp's going to quickly put a right foot on it. Back toward the middle of the field. Southeastern's there. Morty challenged. Chops it back. White with a clearance. Up around midfield. DePisa trying to settle. Can't do it initially. Now he does. Smith well offsides. Tussle back and forth with Husband. Niederstrom gets a foot on it. Again, the Grizzlies playing some boot ball here in the last 10 minutes, and Southeastern's making pay. Niederstrom comes in recklessly and be blown for the foul. Maybe a little frustration there for number 22. So Niederstrom will get a counseling session. In the meantime, referee will stop the clock and I'll have a word with Clay Roberts, the head coach for Southeastern. Second year in the program is really trying to turn things around. Get the team off to a good start this season, 2-0. He's got some junior college transfers, a couple Division I transfers, Division II transfer in from Florida Southern. So trying to make their impression felt there in the Sun Conference. Again, Southeastern wanting to play quickly after the midfielder got to his feet after being hurt and craned. The referee has stopped the clock and we need to whistle to resume. 39th minute, 2-1 Southeastern leads. So because Crane received medical attention, he has to step off. He doesn't like it, but those are the rules. The referee trying to organize this game just a little bit. Southeastern's wanted to play this ball twice. Third time's a charm. Kraus, here's the whistle and we're ready again. Long ball. High into the air toward the penalty spot. Ball trapped down. Now Redgraves with a tackle, and now we're going to get a stoppage and a whistle, and I think it's going to be a PK. The referee's going to say Redgraves went through the body of the Fire player. And now we're going to get a penalty kick. And this spells danger for Georgia Gwinnett. 40th minute, Southeastern already on top 2-1. Sharp, mano y mano with the Fires. Pedro Ivo Diaz, a junior out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This is for Southeastern to shock the Grizzlies going to the halftime locker room. Sharpie trying to keep us alive. Here's the whistle. And the approach. And he buries it. Should have went right. Sharpie went the other way. Diaz puts the Fire on top 3-1. And Southeastern has rattled the cage of the Grizzlies and put the Fire on top 3-1. Diaz with the goal. That'll be his second of the season. Leads the team with 3 assists and now adds a second goal. Tied for the team lead in that category. He's got the squad's most points with 7. Grizzlies in a huge hole here in the 30th minute, down 3-1. Gurr, long ball down the right side, looking for Lugo. Lugo giving a chase, but too much pace. It'll roll off the end line for a goal kick. '40th minute, 3-1. Southeastern leads. That score is correct, folks. Another high arcing shot here. Andy White going to be called for the high elbow. Easy call. Southeastern again wanted to play quickly. But instead, Marciani was told to just calm down and play it short.
Southeastern seem to be playing with a little extra pep in their step toward the end of this first half, while the Grizzlies are lacking a bit of energy, costing them a couple of goals toward the end here.
Ball near side. Giving it chase is Redgraves. Will be out of play for GGC goal kick. We appreciate all of our friends, family, and alumni who tuned in here live on our website at grizzlyathletics.com. We'll have an excerpt from Grizzlies Live on Wednesday's show here at halftime. And if you're watching the Grizzlies from out of town but planning a visit to GGC soon, Homewood Suites by Hilton at the junction of I-85 and Sugarloaf Parkway is the place where Grizzlies hibernate. Make your reservations at homewoodsuites.com. Last touch by Southeastern. It'll be a Georgia Gwinnett throw-in. And you'd think the jet lag here for the first road trip of the season would belong to the Fire, but instead it's the Grizzlies who haven't recovered from their time zone switch from Friday to Sunday.
It does appear that way. I feel like Southeastern came in here on their first road trip, feeling like they have something to prove. And, Grizzlies might be caught up on their winning high from the other day. This could be a possibility. You hope it's not that. That's not the case. New day, new game. But it does feel like something needs to turn around for the Grizzlies here. They want a result.
Southeastern, very much of an 8-hour bus trip from Lakeland, Florida, up here to Lawrenceville, Georgia, just outside the Atlanta metro area. Lakeland located between Orlando and Tampa off of I-4. And so there's no easy way to get from Lakeland to Atlanta. But they are come to the Grizzly Soccer Complex and put up 3 on Georgia Gwinnett in the first half. I don't know the answer to this, Ian, but I'm going to find it out. Not only, well, I know in the last time the Grizzlies gave up 3 goals, it was to Northwestern Ohio in opening round the end of last season. But I'm not sure when the last time we gave up 3 goals and a half is.
I'm not sure it's ever been done from what I can remember. I mean, unless part of my memory is foggy from trying to block out something like that, but.
DePisa with a volley there. It trickles toward the goalkeeper for Southeastern. He'll secure it nicely, 43rd minute. Southeastern not done yet, inside 2 minutes. Taken down from behind by Jack Gurr. It'll be a free kick for Southeastern.
think the only time we may have given up 3 goals and a half would have been a scrimmage against Clayton State.
Well, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel there if you're looking
Yeah,
at
I
scrimmage
know.
stats, you know. Ball far side, Southeastern trying to get things in, denied at the point by Redgraves. Will be a corner kick for Southeastern. Taking their time, inside a minute left. Ball crossed toward the box, punched out by Sharp. Lugo chasing it down. Southeastern maintains possession for the moment. Ederstrom far side, 30 seconds to play. Quickly, Ederstrom in. Out to Lugo. Loose ball in the midfield. Southeastern will control it and calm it down. Now 15 seconds to play till the halftime horn. And if you're Southeastern, you just sit on this and melt that clock out. Because this was your half here in Lawrenceville. Morty looking to play long, can't connect with the Pisa. Couple of seconds tick away, and the halftime horn will make it official. So that'll do it here from Lawrenceville. First half performance worth noting for the Fire. One of their best ever. They're on top of the 13th ranked team in the NAIA by a score of 3-1. We're going to step aside here for an extended halftime break. We'll have an excerpt from Grizzlies Live. Check back in. And just a little bit before 4:45 here in the East Coast, and we will have second half action between Southeastern and Georgia Gwinnett here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi Grizzly fans, this is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. If you're looking to align your business with our Championship Athletics program, take a look at our excellent corporate sponsorship packages. From signage around our beautiful facility to in-game and digital placement, your tax-deductible support of our program will help offer a championship experience for every student athlete. Plus, connect your brand to our growing fan base. You can find out more by checking out the corporate sponsorship brochure on grizzlyathletics.com or calling me directly at 678-407-5241. Go Grizzlies!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grizzlies Live here at Duke Eatery. As always, I'm your host, Matt Mahoney. Glad to have everybody aboard here. We've got a special show for you here as we welcome aboard our head men's soccer coach, Steve DeCou. Coach, how we doing?
We're doing great.
A little bit better handshake.
Better handshake.
Coach, over the weekend, the Grizzlies get the season started. Big win versus Talladega, a draw against Davenport. I got to imagine if I told you that last week on this show, you would have accepted it pretty nicely. Have you had a chance to kind of let it sink in and absorb it a little bit?
Yeah, if you had told me that last week, I would have definitely taken it. Having gone through the games, you're thinking we could have gotten that win. But on the flip side, we could have lost. I mean, win just kind of leaves something lacking. And we wanted more, we wanted better, but you know, it's definitely given us some homework for this week to get ready for the games this weekend.
Any major surprises? 2 games, over 200 minutes of soccer. Any surprises when you go back and watch the film?
Yeah, first off, I would say the fitness levels. Very pleased that we were able to last 180 minutes. Very pleased that we were able to jump on top of Talladega early and get a lot of guys in. Pleased with where some of the goal scoring came from. It's not just going to be one person this year. I think it's going to be goal scoring by committee.
Absolutely. Let's look at that committee here. We got some highlights from you from the Talladega game. Right off the jump here, not a couple of minutes into the game, 10, 15 minutes or so, and the guy we're going to need to do this all season long is Samuel Gomes. Puts one in the back of the net.
Yeah, and what you notice about that goal is, if you remember the game last year, we kept getting caught with that offside trap, and we were much better breaking them down and causing them all kinds of trouble. So pleased with his goal, great finish. And then Sammy's got to get us about 54 more.
Sounds good to me. And then, not to put the cart before the horse here, the second goal comes from Matt Redgrave. And we were talking a little bit on Saturday. There's a historical reference to this goal. Maybe one of the best ever?
Yeah, definitely top 3. He'll never surpass Renee's goal against Oklahoma City at John Brown. And then the Eber goal, you know, the significance of that. But that wasn't a badly taken ball.
And he told me he wasn't planning on it. Just kind of adjusted on the fly. And what a great goal for him. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Grizzlies Live here at Duke Eatery. As always, I'm your host, Matt Mahoney. Glad to have everybody aboard here. We've got a special show for you here as we welcome aboard our head men's soccer coach, Steve DeCou. Coach, how we doing?
We're doing great.
A little bit better handshake.
Better handshake.
Coach, over the weekend, the Grizzlies get the season started. Big win versus Talladega, a draw against Davenport. I got to imagine if I told you that last week on this show, you would have accepted it pretty nicely. Have you had a chance to kind of let it sink in and absorb it a little bit?
Yeah, if you had told me that last week, I would have definitely taken it. Having gone through the games, you're thinking we could have gotten that win. But on the flip side, we could have lost. I mean, win just kind of leaves something lacking. And we wanted more, we wanted better, but it's definitely given us some homework for this week to get ready for the games this weekend.
Any major surprises? 2 games, over 200 minutes of soccer. Any surprises when you go back and watch the film?
Yeah, first off, I would say the fitness levels. Very pleased that we were able to last 180 minutes. Very pleased that we were able to jump on top of Talladega early and get a lot of guys in. Pleased with where some of the goal scoring came from. It's not just going to be one person this year. I think it's going to be goal scoring by committee.
Absolutely. Let's look at that committee here. We got some highlights from you from the Talladega game. Right off the jump here, not a couple of minutes into the game, 10, 15 minutes or so, and the guy we're going to need to do this all season long is Samuel Gomes. Puts one in the back of the net.
Yeah, and what you notice about that goal is, if you remember the game last year, we kept getting caught with that offside trap, and we were much better breaking them down and causing them all kinds of trouble. So pleased with his goal, great finish. And then Sammy's got to get us about 54 more.
Sounds good to me. And then, not to put the cart before the horse here, the second goal comes from Matt Redgrave. And we were talking a little bit on Saturday. There's a historical reference to this goal. Maybe one of the best ever?
Yeah, definitely top 3. He'll never surpass Renee's goal against Oklahoma City at John Brown. And then the Eber goal, the significance of that. But that wasn't a badly taken ball.
And he told me he wasn't planning on it, just kind of adjusted on the fly, and what a great goal for him. And then Martin Toribio gets in here also in the first half. Solid performance for him. He's one of those guys that, again, the committee that's going to rise to the occasion and finishes one.
And Tori's going to be that kind of player. He's getting acclimated to the U.S. system, to the game, but he's got loads of talent. He's really going to come on and love that kid.
What to do for his confidence? For him, everything's new and changing, but all you got to do is score that one goal and you go, I can do this. I've done this before.
Oh, yeah. You score on your debut. The pressure's gone. I mean, last year it took Sammy a while to get going. To use him as an example, Tori, first game, or actually first half, you open your account and bang, you're ready to roll.
And then fourth goal of the afternoon also came right before halftime off a corner kick there. John O'Connor, beautiful ball, and Matt Redgrave just climbs a ladder.
Oh, I mean, what a header. We knew he had it in his locker, but he'd only had 2 training sessions with us going into the weekend. So, when he got in the end of that, we've got other options that we haven't even used yet that are as good as he is, but right now he's, the focal point. And so you saw that on Saturday. Davenport would not leave him alone. So we're going to be able to use that to our advantage. But we'll have multiple options that should be able to score.
And then the Grizzlies get a 5th one here. And go ahead and tell this story for us. This is Andrew Smith now. Speedy from last year got credit for a goal, made the highlight reel that he may or may not have the green light. Tell the story straight here. Did Speedy have the green light to pull the trigger on Friday night?
Oh, no. But, okay, you compare the goal he had last year against Tacoma Falls to that one. Speedy had to take 87 touches. He dribbled one side of the 18 back and forth until he got open and shot it. Great thing about that was, and it's some of the stuff he worked on in the summer, took it off his chest, took it off the half volley, good goal. And that was stuff he came off and said, he had been working a soccer camp, and an ex-pro saw him doing some work and just tweaked a couple things, kind of reinforced what we've been dealing with.
That's pretty cool.
And, that's a great goal. I mean, you bring it down off your chest, one time in the back of the net, perfect. Last year he would have touched it, and then maybe shoot, and touch it some more.
Yeah, absolutely. So 5-0, the Grizzlies get their first win of the season versus Talladega, and then we get some rest. I assume we got some rest Friday night. And then Saturday we come back, and again, the big showdown we're all looking for. Might have lost some of its lust, but still it fit the bill. Great game throughout. First half, the Grizzlies get a great opportunity here. A foul on Sammy Gomes. Pierre gets the PK and come up just a little bit short.
Yeah, if you go back, I mean, Torrey just slipped Sammy in beautifully. Good read by the keeper. I mean, great save, but, we've got to put that. If we put that one away early, I think the outcome goes in our favor.
Clearly, it's a momentum swing because Davenport may have lost some confidence Friday. They get that save, and man, I'm sure it was just viral to get that confidence back on the team. Tooth and nail for almost 60 minutes of that contest. It really wasn't a favored or somebody had a better half than the other, and even bled into the second half there to get things still 0-0.
Yeah, a game like that's kind of like a heavyweight prize fight. I mean, there was not much in it. I mean, the guy on TV was just slating us because we couldn't keep the ball, but I won't name names, Zach Muck. But no, we didn't get going well enough. We didn't keep the ball. Now, we did in spurts.
Yeah,
and especially the end of the first half, we started to get into it. I think the second half we were improving. But as we go forward in a game like that, I thought both teams' defenses canceled out the attack.
Yep.
And so that's what we're going to sell it as today. But going forward, we've got to be better. We created great opportunities. We've just got to have more of the ball, make them chase. Mother Nature helped. I mean, when the overcast skies came in and the rain, they were much better. They weren't wilting like they were the day before. But like we said in the video after the game, Davenport, a team like that is not going to put in two bad performances like that.
Absolutely.
So you got to expect. They were angry. I mean, the assistant coach told me they got ripped apart in watching film that Friday night. So we knew they were going to give us our best shot. They did. What I'm probably most proud of, though, is the fact that how we responded.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Davenport gets the first goal of the game, and then the Grizzlies come right back just 2 minutes later here off another set piece. Ball pings around a little bit, and I was miscommunicated, misguided there, but it was actually Andrew White that got the goal there, right place at the right time for him. Big emotion.
Yeah, if you look at that goal, I mean, we found Redgrave's head.
Yeah.
Cleared off the line, and then we were there picking up trash, and so that was a beautifully done job. But that was only 2.5 minutes later. Yeah, so your response is great. Let's not put ourselves in that situation, but that just shows the character and the resolve of this group, so I like that.
Absolutely. We'll get one more highlight in here. Sammy Gomes gets a beautiful ball played in here. Maybe a step offside, maybe not. But regardless, I think this is what you go back to, that the Grizzlies fought back. They didn't stop. And they didn't settle at 1-1. They kept attacking and what, I don't want to say shoulda, coulda, woulda, but played pretty well in the 1-1 draw.
Created enough opportunities. When we went back and watched the film, after the goal we scored, probably into overtime, we had probably 5 quality chances. So that's something we've got to work on going forward. We've got to improve. I mean, you got to put away those chances to bury teams. Otherwise, you can give them life. But you're right. We never stopped. We kept going. We kept striving. It's always don't finish. Don't stop. Keep working. Get the next one. And so I like that out of the boys.
The next one is Friday on the road. You're going to Montgomery, Alabama to play LSU Alexandria. I can't imagine. Neutral site here. I know it's kind of a halfway point between the two programs, but how did this game come about?
Yeah, originally this was supposed to be another tournament. It was supposed to be a Friday, Saturday tournament. The fourth team, whoever that was, or either the AUM couldn't find a fourth or the fourth bailed. So originally we were supposed to play Friday, Saturday, but now we'll play Alexandria on Friday night, and AUM will play them on Sunday, which then opened up our slot to be able to play Southeastern here at home on Sunday afternoon.
Well, we're looking forward to that. Grizzlies will return back to the Grizzly Soccer Complex on a Sunday at 3:30 versus Southeastern. We'll have that game for you right here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Coach, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back with junior midfielder Callum Morty right here on Grizzlies Live at Nuke City on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi Grizzly fans, this is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. If you're looking to align your business with our Championship Athletics program, take a look at our excellent corporate sponsorship packages. From signage around our beautiful facility to in-game and digital placement, your tax-deductible support of our program will help offer a championship experience for every student athlete. Plus, connect your brand to our growing fan base. You can find out more by checking out the corporate sponsorship brochure on grizzlyathletics.com or calling me directly at 678-407-5241. Go Grizzlies!
It's time to gear up, Grizzly fans. Right now, you can find all the latest Grizzly gear to support your team by visiting the Georgia Gwinnett College official bookstore inside the Student Center. Or simply shop online anytime, anywhere by visiting ggc.bncollege.com. From hats and t-shirts to jackets and one-of-a-kind collectibles, you can find it all with the official GGC bookstore. Plus, on game day, be sure to swing by the merchandise table at the stadium. So pick up your favorite item today and show your Grizzly spirit. Go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm James Williams, head athletic trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville. Hello, I'm James Williams, head athletic trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. Glad to have all of our friends and family and alumni tuned in live on our website at grizzlyathletics.com. Scoreboard reads correct there. 3-1 Southeastern over the 13th ranked Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. We'll flip sides here. All white for Georgia Gwinnett going left to right. All black for Southeastern going right to left. We're underway with soccer here in the second half. A couple of stats we'll get to you here. As the Grizzlies dipped into their bench with 5 reserves. 16 players in total stepped on the pitch. Southeastern one-upped us just a little bit there and more than just a scoreboard. 17 Fire players stepped onto the field. It's actually the goalkeeper is not the previously mentioned Colby Turner. It's actually Jorge Navarrete. And Navarrete picked up 2 saves, giving up a lone goal. Sharp has given up 3 goals and has 1 saved. Meanwhile, the Fire have created 3 shots, 2 of them on goal. Grizzlies have created 4 shots, 3 of them on goal. Corner kicks 4-2 in Georgia Gwinnett's favor. Fouls 7-2, more for Southeastern and Georgia Gwinnett. Goals look like this. 10th minute, Grizzlies get up on top. John O'Connor in a corner kick, right to Matt Redgrave, who buried it in the lower left-hand corner to give the Grizzlies a 1-0 lead. But since then, been a couple of miscues by the Grizzlies as Jake Vanderloot put in a goal in the 14th minute, and then in the 38th minute, it was Garrettson Crane who picked up an assist to Christian Boers to give Southeastern a 2-1 lead. And a third goal added right before halftime. And so Southeastern leads 3-1. And so, Ian, when you look at the stats, not a whole lot going in the Grizzlies' favor here, but your assessment of the first half.
A little slow in the first half. It felt like the Grizzlies didn't get much of a rhythm going. I'm interested to see the changes that Coach Steve DeCoux has made in the second half. And, we've got that stat from the past few games, 3 second-half goals in 3 games. So looking forward to seeing what the Grizzlies do in the second half. If they can produce some goals, some opportunities, turn this game around for themselves.
We were able to pinpoint that the Grizzlies have not given up 3 goals in the first half ever. They did give up 3 goals to University of Northwestern Ohio in that NAI opening round last year, and coincidentally, Ian, all 3 of those goals came in the second half. 0-0 score at halftime. So the Grizzlies have never, ever given up 3 goals in the very first half.
It's a little bit of adversity for this team, so something the program's never faced before, so we'll see how they answer to that.
Grizzlies trying to mount an attack. O'Connor and Gomes will start up top. In the midfield, it'll be Mujene, Peranin, Morty, and Toribio. In the back, from the far side to the near, it's going to be Husbands, White, Redgrave, and Gurr. Part of the far side headed out of danger. It'll be a corner kick for Georgia Gwinnett. O'Connor again on the set piece. Corner kick back toward the box. Redgrave gives a chase, heads it toward the goal there. Gomes is there, but it's scooped up nicely by the goalkeeper and Navarrete. Long boot for Navarrete here. Mujene, shoulder to shoulder with Reyes. Eugene back on top here. This ball's up and over the crossbar. That's on the net, but that's on top, not in the goal. Thank goodness. Grizzlies. Louis Sharp all over his post there. 3-1, Southeastern leads. Eugene trying to settle, and he does. Morty in the midfield. Pierre off to O'Connor. Gurr with a throw in near side. Another throw in for Gurr. Tosses into Gomes on a post up. Back out to Peranen. To Gurr. Gurr cross. This one deflected, went right to the goalkeeper. And Navarrete. Husband with the win, out of bounds. Fire throw in. White with the header out of bounds, and a Fire will be elected to throw in. Need a lot of soccer left to be played here. As rare of a territory that you're in, you just need that one goal to get some confidence back in your favor here. Grizzlies want an offside trap. They're not going to get it. Cross intercepted by Sharp, and here comes the Grizzlies. He swings to the near side.
Definitely right, Mahoney. Just one goal can have a huge momentum shift, and it can happen at any second.
Gurr looking long. Trying to get it to Peranen. Peranen shoulder to shoulder. Good shield by the Southeastern defender. That's Crane. He'll have a throw in for the Fire. Gurr with a big boot, just trying to clear things out, man. The ball been rattled around near side for too many throw-ins, so Gurr just wants to reset. So get it back to the goalkeeper, and now we resume possession, even if it is for the Fire. Couple of fancy passes, far sideline. Grizzlies chasing the ball here. Redgraves wants to call on for Sharp, but it's not enough juice on that ball, so Redgraves going to panic and kick that ball out of bounds. Toribio steps in front of the throw-in. Still battling for position. Stops. Looking to cross. Right foot. Handed away by White. Eugene's there. Finds the feet of Peranen. Wide to Gomes. Gomes taken down. An easy whistle. Grizzlies quickly back up. Redgrave. Short to Mugene. Now Morty. Morty thought about getting it to Gurr, but the two weren't on the same page, throwing for Southeastern. Redgrave clears it all the way back to Sharp. Sharp's going to use his feet and keeps it in play. Boot. Gurr with a flick. Connor with a settle. Toribio gets a win in the midfield. Plays it up the path. Gomes tried to flick. Unsuccessful. Combs thought he drew a foul, but instead he's offsides. Combs can't believe it. Defender's on his back. That's tough. That's a tough call to make. First 10 minutes of the second half. Southeastern on top 3-1. Husbands with a header out of bounds. Throw in for Southeastern. I got a feeling, Ian, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Southeastern's just going to milk this clock for all it's worth. All these throw-ins going in Black's favor is just killing time off that clock, even if it is more than a half-hour show.
They start doing it now. They don't have to worry about it so much at the end of the game. Unless, of course, Grizzlies turn things around, get a couple goals going, then put some real pressure on Southeastern.
Gomes trying to turn the corner on the far side. Will draw a throw-in. You can just tell all the air has been sucked out of the balloon, the wind taken out of the sail. The energy just isn't there right now on the Grizzly sideline.
That could be a huge factor. If the energy's not there, even on the bench, to get some energy going from the bench that can, funnel into the field, get the teammates going. It's a team effort, whether you're on the field or not.
Gurr assessing his options back to Mujene. All the way back to Redgrave. Redgrave up the way. Peranen. Now to O'Connor. Flicks to Morty. Morty looking for a through ball. Times it well to Gurr. Gurr trying to get it on the end line here. Will cause some pressure and will get a corner kick for GGC.
Some good movement through the midfield there. Finally stringing some passes together. Creating opportunity.
I like the fact that Mujene dropped all the way back almost to the defensive line for the Grizzlies to start that possession.
Got to connect the midfield and got to connect the defense and the forward somehow. If one midfielder needs to drop in and do it, so be it.
O'Connor, backdoor, headed straight up in the air there. This one's on the end line. A couple of challenges for it, but coming down with it will be Navarrete. Big boot there as Southeastern has some numbers. Grizzlies again a little casual. Gurr's there to flick it out of danger.
See Southeastern trying to take advantage of the win this half.
Substitution for the Fire. Looks like 3 new shirts going to come into the game. Reyes goes out. Wilson goes out, as well as Borez. A couple of single digits check into the game. A returning starter in Kraus. A forward in Wilkes. And I believe Vajehe. No, correction. It's going to be Vanderloot, the goal scorer. Bad touch for Southeastern, throwing for the Grizzlies. You can feel the pressure mounting just a little bit for the Grizzlies. Things getting a little pointed and direct.
I think there's plenty of time left in the game. I feel like they just need to settle down, connect some passes, get a rhythm going, shift the momentum a little bit, just calm things down. They're a little panicky right now, but there's a little over 32 minutes left in the game. There's plenty of soccer left.
So O'Connor will tee things up right in front of the bleachers on the near side. O'Connor strikes a low line drive to the back door. Headed out of danger by the Fire, now cleared out. Grizzlies have numbers back. Gurr will head it back to Sharp. He can pick it up, and he does. Sharp will sling things to O'Connor right around midfield. Gurr looking to play long, and he does. Peranen gives a challenge. Settling Menehe. Ball swings near side for Mills, but Mills a couple of steps off sides. Gurr restarts with Peranen. Redgrave's trying to set everybody up. Plays it long again into the wind. Connor with a trap. Gomes moving forward, plays it wide. Toribio. Morty. Gurr. Back to Morty. Wide to Mujene. Back to Gurr, and it's intercepted. Ball on the near side. Fire putting something together. Mujene collided with his midfielder, and just Mujene was trying to get back on the right side, and Mujene cut right in front of him. So an easy whistle and a foul. 60th minute. Southeastern leads 3-1. Now again, slow to get up is Mayhay, and he knows if he stays down too long, he's going to get medical attention to step off. And now history repeats itself. Mayhay gets taken down from behind as Morty just runs into him. Clock will stop. Morty pleaded his case, and I just think this is just a coincidental whistle. Back-to-back with the same exact play. Referee just wants to keep control. What do you think, Ian?
Same player, like you said, within 10, 15 seconds of each other. You kind of wonder if he's going down a little easy, trying to milk the clock a little bit like we were talking about earlier. A lot of game left, but you never know with this much time left.
Diaz, who is the penalty kick taker, stands over top of it. Probably too far beyond his range for a shot on goal. However, he's going for it, and he sails it up over the crossbar. I'm not sure what range you got to be in for a shooter to try to get a direct free kick past Lewis Sharp, but that was definitely too far for anybody.
About to say 6'6" frame. It's going to take quite a wonder shot to score against Lewis from that range.
Southeastern again possessing things. They go long. Redgraves and Mills going at it. Redgraves heads it out of bounds. And again, these long balls that the Grizzlies just continue to knock out of play. Again, you just see it right in front of your eyes. Slow, casual, long affair for the throw-in to occur.
At this point in the match, Grizzlies just have to keep possession and dictate the tempo of this game, not let Southeastern get too many touches and milk this clock.
Sharp on the right foot. Eugene with a header. Maybe a trap and a handball by O'Connor, and indeed it is. He's frustrated with himself. Yeah, good call by the flag linesman on the far side. Offsides for Wilkes. As Husbands will restart. Long ball looking for Gomes. Peels off his defender. Far side. Stopped. Cuts back on his right foot. Keeps it alive. Now goes in line with his left. Trying to find a Grizzly, and O'Connor does into the box. Swooped away. Not ideal attacking for O'Connor to be back to the near post and out wide of the net. Eugene. Now Toribino. Husband gets turned around on the play, knocks out of bounds. Throw in for Southeastern again. Nice win for Andrew White. The Grizzlies have their shot. Combs with a trap. All through Toribino. Fancy move there by Gomes. So O'Connor gets it. Defender fell down on the far side. Fire recover. And O'Connor's taken down. Needs a foul against Corey Mills.
Saw a glimpse of the combination play up there by the front view. So they needed to combine a little bit more.
So O'Connor again. Stands over top of it. This one's only about 25, 26 yards out, but it's wide of the box. So it's almost an extended corner kick. Fire's going to hold the line right at the 18. 6 white shirts go to the back post. O'Connor. Low line drive near post there, deflected away, looking for Gomes. Husbands trying to get a boot on it, keeps it in play. Now an overlapping run with O'Connor. O'Connor, time and space. Couple of steps over, goes to the end line here, looking for a cross. Goes to Pierre. Pierre right at the 6, into Gomes. Gomes with a shot. We get a flag up on the near side. Or was it? No flag. Gomes was onside and in business. Just a good save for Navarrete. Navarrete. Header to White. Won by Toribio. O'Connor. Late to the party. Popped straight up in the air by Southeastern. Gurr backpedaling. Trying to recover, and he'll get a boot on it. Mujene gets a turnover. A lot of pushing and shoving there. No whistle. Pierre trying to work quickly. Gurr working even quicker into Gomes. Gomes, Peranen run into each other. However, Southeastern had the ball last. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies. Eugene back to Gurr. Threads the needle to Gomes. Gomes continues to post up. Trying to play a through ball, cannot. Peranen back to Morty. A little bit of pressure. Peranen, where we'll leave it. Redgrave. Redgrave looking for a short chip and had the wrong idea. Wrong club. Now Redgraves with a header has the right idea. O'Connor's in the neighborhood, can't win it. Ball rattling around, no real ownership. Now Southeastern will settle. Mills near side. Redgrave denied. Good win for him. Redgrave now moving out of the back. Redgrave has the Grizzlies' lone goal. Across to G-Claw. Toribio, again, bad touch. However, Toribio gets it right back over top of that G-Claw. Short to Peranen, much better. Now Morty, plenty of time and space.
Like to see a little bit more width on left side. Feel like all the Grizzlies are packed in on the middle and the right.
Peranen goes that way. Errant touched by Husband. He turns it over. White's there to help out. Comes near side. Gomes heads it straight up in the air. Headed her again in the air. Now Gurr comes in. Gurr all the way to the end line. It'll be cut off. It'll be a GGC missed opportunity. Goal kick for the Fire. And we said it. One goal changes it all. But you can't help yourself but keep one eye on the game and one eye on that clock.
We can.
67th minute.
Just can't have the Grizzlies can't keep watching that clock. They just have to play. They're putting together some decent attacks here.
Peranen with a flick, nobody home. Back line for the Fire is pretty deep.
Both teams playing a little ping pong.
Yeah. Pinball, if you will.
Kickball. Any other comparisons we can make about
The
bouncing balls?
kickball one I like because anybody can play kickball and you're not exactly winded playing kickball.
That's true.
So the analogy that I heard used by a former baseball teammate of mine, and now Andy White is probably going to be booked for this effort, as he literally just grabbed the back of the jersey as Southeastern had numbers forward. And easy whistle, and I think White will pick up a booking. But the one I called from a baseball teammate that I heard was a cross-country kickball.
Cross-country kickball.
Yeah.
It's an entertaining image.
So a foul that will indeed go against White. Andrew White picking up his first yellow card in the Grizzly uniform. Grizzlies have been decent at that number so far, just 4th yellow card of the season. There's a cross into the back post, well over top of everybody's head. Chased down by the Fire near side. White comes crashing in, wins it, turns, and possesses it. Now Gomes. Now we get a whistle. Now White was hacked from behind after the pass. As now Grayson Wilkes, the freshman out of Alva, Florida, will have a counseling session. And now the center ref wants to talk things over with Redgraves. Sharp will join the conversation. And now Redgraves has to be careful before he's booked.
At this point, as a player, you just keep your mouth quiet, listen to the ref, even if you don't agree. Listen to what he says and just walk away.
I think it's a classic example. Ian just described exactly what you needed to do, which was what number 2 was doing, and 5 has got to learn. I think Sharpie was just an innocent bystander there. He was trying to help both his teammates out and realize that he just listened on the conference call. Comes with the ball. Outside the penalty box. Draws a couple of defenders. Falls down, keeps his possession. Mujane comes over, helps out, may have turned it over. Ball back toward the middle. Mujane drops it back to Morty. Morty shaking and baking, finds Gurr. Gomes turns.
See Ellis getting wide on the left.
Mujane goes that way, just can't connect. Old Glory just hanging right by the flagpole there. Wind didn't really knock that one down. White late tackle there, long touch for the Fire. Sharp will possess it, plays the feet of White. A lot of standing around right now for the Grizzlies. O'Connor. Toribio. Back to Husbands. White with a chip up. Nobody home. Slow ball, won by Toribio. Now off to O'Connor. O'Connor with a one-timer there. It trickles wide. Goal kick for Southeastern. Substitution for the Fire. I imagine they're going to have a couple of these to try to melt this clock and make this game shorter than what it needs to be. 69th minute. 3-1, Southeastern leads. Can you get 2 goals in 20 minutes? You're literally trying to buy yourself some time here, Ian.
Definitely. Southeastern's doing a good job of putting some of this clock away. Grizzlies just need to take advantage of all the opportunities they're getting, how slim or why they may be.
You get 2 goals, you buy yourself that overtime. Eugene. Eugene, great turn past 2 defenders. Now trying to find feet, and he cannot. He knew he missed an opportunity. However, Grizzlies with a throw-in. Gurr to Morty. Morty could have packed a lunch, had a picnic, and ate 2 meals today is how much time he's had in that midfield.
All day. He hasn't had too much pressure. He's still been able to connect the passes that he wants to.
Husband fortunate enough to get a throw-in out of this. Gets it into O'Connor. Connor right at the elbow. Trying to turn on 2 defenders. He does, but it trickles away from his range. Redgraves with a trap. Now him and Gurr can't get on the same page, and he's a step off sides. Flag up on the far side on Vanderloot. Redgraves playing quickly, trying to find O'Connor. O'Connor with a good shield. Just loses his footing. Gurr wins a header to Mujene. Peranen. Gurr with an overlapping run. Peranen back across the grain. His pass was denied. Drops back to Morty. Off to White. White's got an option with Husband. Decides to chip toward the box. Nobody home. Morty from about 40 yards out. Again, chips to the outside. No good. Eugene. Everybody's trying to find Husbands on that far corner, and they cannot. Now Toribio will settle. Off to O'Connor. O'Connor spinning. Back to Husbands. Husbands looking for the long ball toward the box here. Swinging a miss from the center back, but right into the lap of Navarrete. He'll play short this side. Morty steps in front of an interception. Now the Grizzlies relieve the pressure. White. Far side for O'Connor. Back to Husband. Husband, again, can't connect. And now O'Connor comes in late. And he'll be booked. I think that's a yellow in his hand, yep. You want to talk about being scared here. There's a line of sight between me and the referee, and I believe Eric Perez's red cleats. And so I couldn't tell if I saw him reach into his pocket, and then his red cleats came into play, and I just saw the reflection of his cleats. I was hoping that card was yellow. I didn't want to be misguided. But yeah, yellow card for John O'Connor. Substitution for Southeastern. Out goes Kiger, and checking in, I believe, is Wendell.
Yeah, John Connor coming in for Ellis Husband for the Grizzlies as well at left back.
Interesting move there for Coach Taku. Keep an eye on that one. John Connor listed as a forward, but maybe Coach Taku's trying to get Connor some opportunity going forward because there's been a lot of real estate down that left side for Ellis Husband. Morty trying to find whoever's playing outside of the near side. Couldn't connect, so it's a throw in right at midfield for Southeastern. 74th minute. As much as I want it to be the 64th minute, it's the 74th minute. Redgraves with a header. Kerr with a header. Pirano with a turnover. O'Connor off to Gomes. Gomes working downhill. A lot of black shirts around him. Tries to thread the needle on the through ball. He cannot. He gets the rebound to Mujene. Mujene working to Gomes. Gomes cuts back toward the middle. Ball on his left foot, looking through to O'Connor. Tried to go with the flick, and he could not. Denied by Southeastern. Just too much traffic there in the middle of that field on that defense.
Trying to squeeze that ball into places there aren't any spaces.
All the way back to Redgrave. Redgrave settles, moves forward. Wide to White. White trying to work forward to that far corner to John Connor. Connor gets to it in time, stops it. We'll get a flag up on the near side that he's offsides. I'm not saying he wasn't. That's an odd flag.
The linesman might have a better view than us, but that was a long ball. John Connor used his speed to run on.
When you're calling a winger outside, offsides, it's running 40 yards away. Navarrete. Ball on the far sideline, kept in by the Fire. White is goal side. It actually ricochets off of Majehe and hits his assistant referee right in the stomach. That is two deflections that are going to sting just a little bit. Quick substitution and a quick throw in. You can't have both those. So the center ref allowed the sub. The linesman allowed the throw in. So now we get a restart as Martin Lugo checks in for John O'Connor up top. Redgraves threads the needle to Mujene. Mujene to Toribio. Up the path to a black shirt. Turnover. Southeastern comes back the other way. Gomes applies pressure. Knocks out of bounds. Throw in for Southeastern. 75th minute. Southeastern leads 3-1. Fire with 4 shots on goal. 3 of them have found the back of the net. Grizzlies with 5 shots on goal. Only 1 has found the net. 6 corner kicks for Georgia Gwinnett. 2 for the Fire. Grizzlies with a handful of offsides calls. And the fouls are pretty even. Yellow cards, however, are not. Grizzlies have been booked twice. Both deservingly, though. Connor to Toribio. Back to Morty. Fire keeping 10 men behind the ball. The lone guy not behind the ball There's going to be Nick Wilson, the sophomore, of Maple Grove, Minnesota, and he's getting his workout in. He's chasing White. White will have to be forced to knock it out of play. Throwing for the Fire, and again, they milk that clock for all it's worth. When they get that throw in, they move as many men possible as forward. It's almost like they're shifting the field. Instead of 10 guys being behind the ball, now they get as many as 7 or 8 in front of the ball.
Sending a shot motion. Yeah.
Great transitioning. You can tell they're trying to defend their lead, but they're also trying to take advantage of whatever opportunities they do have to counterattack.
Mujane looking long, stride for stride. Far side is Gomes. Gomes, sandwiched between two black shirts, has run over. No whistle. Or is there? There is indeed a quick whistle. Normally pretty good about hearing that whistle, but that was a quick draw.
This would be a good positioning for free kick here. Edge of the box. You got Puranen over top the ball, see if you can whip it across the face of the goal, get some runners across the face of the goalkeeper. If not get a touch on, they'll just trickle into the goal.
Grizzlies get numbers forward. 7 white shirts in the box. Puranen from right at the elbow. In-swinger, back door, looking for a couple of Grizzlies. Redgrave's there, headed straight down, and now it's knocked in. Is it in? Yes, sir. Or no goal? I'm confused. Goal or no goal, center ref?
It does appear he signaled for a goal.
I think I've seen a signal for a goal, so very, very undramatic-like effort. Now we get another whistle. Now we're whistle happy.
A little bit of language on the field.
Morty's booked for the Grizzlies. So just like that now, Ian, the Grizzlies get their goal back, and now they're trying to apply some pressure.
Yeah, Colin Morty trying to provide a emotional lift there after the goal.
And now here's Martin Lugo into the box. Lugo with the left foot and a save by Navarrete. And what a back-to-back punch that would have been. It changed the dynamic of this game. Grizzlies have found that fifth gear, and now they're ready to roll.
At the end of the opportunity, you see the bench players jump off the bench, give some energy to this team. Like I said, that one goal could provide the momentum to shift here.
So a goal for the Grizzlies. In the 78th minute, we've got 12 minutes to play and down just one frame. So Andy White puts in his second goal of the ball game. Or excuse me, of the season, I should say. Second goal of the season for White. Second of the day for the Grizzlies. As both center backs have found the back of the net as the Grizzlies lead 3-2. Which continues the trend here, Ian, of Grizzly newcomers that continue to add to the point total. Coming into today, of the 22 points the Grizzlies had scored, 14 of them were by newcomers.
Wow.
So now that stat improves to the 26 points the Grizzlies have scored so far this season. 18 of them are from Grizzlies wearing a GGC uniform for the first time.
You can go ahead and add that goal to the stats of the second half scoring as well.
Yeah, 4 games in a row now this season the Grizzlies have scored in the second half. Gurr weaving his way through traffic. No ball, all contact. That's an easy call. Gurr goes down. It's now a free kick for the Grizzlies. Puranen stood over top of it on the far side. The header was won, and then White cleaned up. So now Puranen will tee things up. This one's a little bit further away, probably close to 35 yards. And maybe 32. 32 yards out, wide of the mouth of the goal, but inside the width of the box. 8 white shirts get in. Puranen goes to the back door. Out comes the goalkeeper, and he secures it nicely, targeting Redgraves the whole way. And now Sammy Gomes jumps in front of a boot, and now he's going to be carded. And so the center ref acting as a poker dealer right now, and he's not passing out too many chips. Blackjack dealer. Man, I was close. Blackjack dealer would have been a better.
I thought you were going in a different direction, passing a lot of cards.
Yeah, so man, it's blackjack dealer, just passing out cards right now. I think that may be 5 for the Grizzlies now. Navarrete with a punch, and then Piranha with a header right back into the box. Lugo's going to chase it down all the way to the corner. Big boot toward Gur's side of the field. Knocked out of play in the deepest part of the ballpark. Throw in for the Grizzlies. Mujane with the relay from deep center field. Now Gur. To Morty. Gur with a boot. To Gomes, who settles. Plays it up to Lugo. Lugo takes on 2 black shirts. They both fall down. Play continues. Lugo near side. Chases it down. Got some room to work. Dropped it back to Piranha. No, Lugo actually switches the field. Far side for Mujane. Or no, excuse me, that's Connor. And now we get a whistle and a man down for Southeastern. This is Wilkes, who collided with Mills as the 2 black-shirted defenders collided into each other on the bouncing head ball. And slow to get up is Wilkes. Now, Ian, correct me if I'm wrong here, but we don't want to speculate head injuries, but I got a feeling with 10 minutes left in the game, he's not doing this just to kill time.
No, I don't believe so. That was a pretty gruesome collision there. You do have to worry about head injuries with those, with bodies flying like that into the air like that.
And the referee wisely stops the clock to make sure it's not a head injury. James Williams, head athletic trainer at GGC, quick on the scene. So the clock does stop. 9:45 left to play in this ballgame. Grizzlies down a goal, 3-2. We've had some late heroics already this season for Georgia Gwinnett, as Martin Toribio scored just moments after the Grizzlies gave up the lead to Davenport in the second half last Saturday. 2 days ago in Montgomery, Matty Piranha picked up a goal in the second half to give the Grizzlies a 2-1 lead. And now, who will be the hero today? Down 3-1 at halftime, we get a goal from Andrew White. And now with 10:45 left, who can get the equalizer? Stepping off the field and not having to step back on will be the aforementioned Wilkes. Good to see him jump back on the field and he's okay.
Definitely. You always worry about head injuries and possible concussions when those collisions happen, but if he feels as if he's going good to go back on the field and James Williams gives him the good to go clearance, then it's good news.
So Southeastern, the attacking third. Redgraves cuts off the attacker. Sharp trying to play quickly, and he does to Morty. Morty's got one on his back. Short to Redgraves. Redgrave off the White. 81st minute. No need to panic just yet. Lugo settles. Back to Toribio. Toribio sandwiched between 2 black shirts. Play continues. Overlapping run far side. In business. There's going to be Boyles. He scored earlier today. Onside. In behind the defense. There's the fire. Streaking all the way to the end line here. A flick and a save by Lewis Sharp. It was Boyles again who was on the front step inside the 6. It came off of Sharp's knee and goes up and over the crossbar. That would have been the nail in the coffin for the Fire if they get that one to go home.
Great job by Lewis Sharp there, making himself big. Huge reaction save there.
So substitution for Southeastern. As out goes Reyes, who made a nice run on that far side to set up that ball into the 6. And checking in will be Vanderloot. Nope, that's going to be Corey Mills. Corner kick near side. Ball near post. Jacker heads it out of danger. Piranha touches it wide of the box. Robinson right back into the 6 here, and Sharp will climb the ladder and make the play. Quickly flings it out far side. 83rd minute. Gomes with time and space. Got Connor running with him. He dishes it off to him. Connor on his right foot. Stops, hesitates, now go back to his left down the left side all the way to the end. Connor still going. Plays it into Lugo. Lugo with the left foot, and it's in! Martin Lugo comes away with the equalizer in the 83rd minute, and the Grizzlies have come back to tie this ball game at 3 apiece. What great work by John Connor down that far sideline. Puts it right at the elbow of the 6, and if you give Martin Lugo that much time on his left foot, he will make you pay. GGC's second all-time leading goal scorer who comes off the bench, embodies responsibility. Both parents in the stands here tonight, and Lugo gets it locked up at 3 apiece. Substitution for Southeastern. Checking back out will be Kraus, and checking back in will be Robinson. Grizzlies right back at it here. 83rd minute. Lugo another chance at the elbow. On his right foot, cuts back to his left. Back across the grain, still on his left. Chips over to the back door, just over top of Toribio's head, and chased down by Navarrete. Big boot from Navarrete here is Redgraves with a header. Gurr late to the point of attack. Southeastern now with a chance. Ball deflected by White. Redgraves a header away. Mujane with a touch out of the box. Not out of the woodwork just yet. Here's Mills. Mills with the ball towards Sharp. Sharp will secure it. No need to rest on your laurels here, Ian. Let's keep playing. What do you say? Keep the tempo in our favor.
I was looking for Martin Lugo to provide some more opportunities. He came off the bench in this half. He is providing all kinds of problems for the Southeastern defense. I guess it was just a matter of time before he got his goal.
Pirana with a win in the midfield. Finds Lugo. Lugo being ripped down by the jersey. Play continues somehow. Traffic jam, a log right in the middle. Toribio comes away with it. And just too much congestion there in the middle. Gurr with a win. Mujane with a turn. Mujane to Toribio. Toribio with a ball into the box there. And I wish he had a redo on that one. Grizzlies had at least 2 white shirts, and Connor coming on that outside back position. Redgrave with a fake. This will bounce back to Sharp. 85th minute. 3-3 is your score. We've had 1 overtime golden goal winner for the Grizzlies today. Are we headed for overtime again? 40. Giving a chase. It's called for the right arm. It will be a foul going against 18.
You just see the intensity of the Grizzlies now. Much different mindset than they were 20 minutes ago.
And I would say that same mindset carried for the first 65 minutes of this contest.
Definitely.
You got that early goal, and it was almost like, all right, 1-0 should win it, right? We had a long road trip Friday, got back late Saturday morning, had some rest yesterday, but let's just go out here on it's almost like on the Sabbath. Let's just sit in the pew and punch our ticket. Make sure that they know that we're here. We score a goal early, and we'll go back to Sunday brunch.
Yeah, can't do that in any college soccer game. Everyone shows up to play every day. Doesn't matter who the opponent is. Anybody can win on any given day.
So now we're tied at 3. Will look to be bleak at first. Now, some hope. Southeastern thought they were in business. It was Gurr just on the wrong foot, so they were onside, but Sharpie comes out and plays a wise ball. Now he'll boot it up toward Gomes. Gomes applies pressure, forces a throw in. Can you do it right here, Ian? Right now. 86th minute. I wish it was the 65th minute. I'm just kidding. 86th minute. 4 minutes to play. Gurr short to Murdy. Let's see if he can build something here. Morty to Redgrave. Redgrave with a little bit of time and space. Trying to find that left foot, and he gets taken down again. Another frustrating foul for Jonathan Jimenez. He just not getting much of the ball, and it's all contact. And so when the Grizzly goes down, he's kind of like, what, me? And it's an unfortunate call. 2 or 3 times it's gone against him. So now Pirana will tee things up toward the middle of the field. This one much deeper, 45 yards out. 5 white shirts get in the box. Lugo hangs out around the 18. Pirana to chip in. Looking for Redgraves. Redgraves with a header, and it's in! Are you kidding me? Matt Redgraves does it again! Off a header! Puts it away from the goalkeeper, and the Grizzlies have come back to take the lead 4-3 here in the second half. 87th minute is your winner right now. So in a half that the Grizzlies had wanted to forget, the highlights have come together in the second half as the Grizzlies now lead 4-3. Between John O'Connor and Matty Peranen, the Grizzlies have been surgical on set pieces here today. They found Redgraves twice, now 4 goals for his career, and that young man loves playing here at the Grizzly Soccer Complex. So now Southeastern perhaps wishing they had some of that wasted time back. The Grizzlies have scored 3 in the second half. And we don't have to go too far back in the books to figure out when the last time the Grizzlies scored 3.5. For the record, it was about a week ago. So now 88th minute. Gomes sitting on it. Stands over top of it. Trying to turn the corner, and he does. Down the right rail, tripped up. Play continues as Gomes is just a clock killer right now and just too much contact. There's going to be a foul going against the Fire. What hard work there by Gomes. I'll tell you what, I don't know if Gomes' name is going to make the article by the end of today, but he has worked probably harder than anybody else out there on the field today. Not to take away from any of his teammates, but look at him right now. He is exhausted.
He's definitely been putting a lot of hard work in, putting some pressure on the Southeastern back line.
Gomes goes down again, but gets up on his own 2 feet. Gomes in the corner. And now cleared out by Southeastern. Now the Grizzlies may give the Fire a taste of their own attitude as Jardel DePizza checks in for Pierre Mugene. Pierre's another name. I don't know if he will make the newspaper or not, but whatever by him. Oh, I stand corrected here. That is not Jardel DePizza. That is going to be the freshman defender in Junior Amatempe out of Snellville, Georgia. So Amatempe, the speedster. We'll make sure we shore up that defense. This is O'Connor and Gomes teaming up in the corner for the clock killer. O'Connor tried to knock it off the defender for a corner kick too strong, and now Gomes will do the same, but it's a goal kick. GGC leads 4-3 in a memorable comeback. Southeastern plays it short. You guys watch the ball, I'll watch the clock. 90 seconds to play. Grizzlies lead 4-3. If you took a nap and you just woke up, you missed a whole heck of a lot. Scoreboard reads correct. Husband climbs a ladder. Morty trying to weave his way through traffic. Now Gurr just with a big boot. And the Grizzlies are going to have a chance to reset. 70 seconds to play. Navarrete standing over top of it, looking to play long. And he does. Redgraves camped out, wins the header. 60 seconds. O'Connor trying to settle, and he does. Morty with a big boot. 55 seconds. Bad touch in the wrong direction for Southeastern. That's going to cost them here. That's going to roll off the end line about 10 yards away from the near corner flag. 45 seconds to play, and the Grizzlies will milk this for all it's worth. Gomes to Peranen. And now Gomes will stand over top of it in the near corner. 30 seconds to play. This will be a throw-in for Southeastern, the deepest part of the ballpark. Now they got a long way to go on 20 seconds. Husband with a boot out of play. Wise move, 15 seconds. Hold on to your hats here, folks. Clay will count it down. 10 seconds left. The horn will make it official. Now we get a whistle and a foul and some cards on the way. I believe that was Peranen that picked that one up. As the clock will stop with about 4 seconds left. And as soon as they restart this game will be over. And again, another reason for the official time to be kept on the field and not on the clock. Clock reads 0-0-0, but yet we're still playing soccer.
Colin Morty asking the center ref how much time's left. I do
this
believe
ball
he
is
signaled
played.
2 seconds. There,
And that's it. As the glory goes to the Grizzlies by a final score of 4-3. A courageous effort for Georgia Gwinnett. Unprecedented territory at halftime. Found themselves down 3-1. 3 goals in the second half, all of them in the last 20 minutes as the Grizzlies pull out a gutsy 4-3 win here at home versus Southeastern. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have our post-game wrap-up and our Grizzly of the game right here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. While you're watching today's broadcast, I wanted to highlight the academic accomplishments of our players who stand out in the classroom. Academic success is a vital part of the experience at GGC, and for our students who earn a 3.0 or higher semester GPA, they have their name added to the AD's honor roll. With team GPAs as high as 3.7, we've had excellent performance to date and over 50 athletes per semester earning AD honor roll distinction. So while you're enjoying the athletic feats of our players today, know that your Grizzlies are doing us proud in the classroom as well.
It's time to gear up, Grizzly fans. Right now, you can find all the latest Grizzly gear to support your team by visiting the Georgia Gwinnett College official bookstore inside the Student Center. Or simply shop online anytime, anywhere by visiting ggc.bncollege.com. From hats and t-shirts to jackets and one-of-a-kind collectibles, you can find it all with the official GGC bookstore. Plus, on game day, be sure to swing by the merchandise table at the stadium. So pick up your favorite item today and show your Grizzly spirit. Go Grizzlies! Grizzly fans, be sure to join the conversation right now during today's broadcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Grizzly Athletics. Also, be sure to use the hashtag Grizzly Athletics to share your comments, photos, and videos. Don't be left out. You can check out inside updates straight from the Grizzlies, plus see what other fans are talking about. We want to hear from you, so join the Grizzly Athletics conversation right now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant AD for Internal Operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. Compliance with NAIA rules is of the highest priority for our athletics program and institution. As a member of the NAIA, Georgia Gwinnett College is responsible for the actions of its coaches, student athletes, faculty, staff, fans, boosters, friends, and alumni. We are committed to the principle of institutional control, operating our athletics program in a manner consistent with the letter and spirit of the NAIA and Georgia Gwinnett College regulations. Thanks for watching today's broadcast, and go Grizzlies!
Hi Grizzly fans, this is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. Are you interested in helping offer a championship experience for every single one of our student athletes? Come join us in the Grizzly Club. You can call me directly at 678-407-5241 to learn more, or see our Grizzly Club information online at grizzlyathletics.com. There you can check out our member benefits like game tickets and insider events, plus make your online donation. We can't wait to have your support of our student athletes and welcome you to the Grizzly Club.
Do you have what it takes to compete for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies? Hi, this is Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant Athletics Director for Compliance and Academic Services. If you are interested in becoming a Grizzly through character-driven intercollegiate athletics, visit grizzlyathletics.com and then look under the Student Athletes section. We offer opportunities to students both near and far to pursue academic and athletic excellence here at dynamic Georgia Gwinnett College. Find out more today about wearing the green and gray at grizzlyathletics.com. Go Grizzlies!
Grizzly fans, be sure to join the conversation right now during today's broadcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Grizzly Athletics. Also, be sure to use the hashtag Grizzly Athletics to share your comments, photos, and videos. Don't be left out. You can check out inside updates straight from the Grizzlies, plus see what other fans are talking about. We want to hear from you, so join the Grizzly Athletics conversation right now.
Hello, I'm James Williams, Head Athletic Trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. Glad to have all of our friends and family and alumni. And if you took about a 30-minute nap, you missed a whole heck of a lot here. Grizzlies have come from behind effort with 3 goals in the last 20 minutes to come away with the 4-3 win. Let's see, 17 Grizzlies stepped on the field in the game in total, matched the 17 for the Fire. Grizzlies created 14 shots, 9 of them on goal. 4 of them found the back of the net off 6 assists. Meanwhile, the Fire, of the 17 players, created 7 shots, 5 of them on goal. 3 of them found the back of the net and 1 assist. Some of these numbers are a little lopsided here. Even fouls. Southeastern, 14 fouls to Georgia Gwinnett's 5. 3 offsides calls in both efforts. Grizzlies with a handful of yellow cards as well, but her scoring summary looks a little something like this. John Connor with his assist off a corner kick off the head of Matt Redgraves found the back of the net in the 11th minute. And what we thought was going to be a cool, calm, collective, and easy-breezy Sunday afternoon turned into a battle in the second half. 3 goals for Southeastern in the first half as the Grizzlies trailed 3-1. And then in the 78th minute, Andrew White picks up the garbage on the front step, puts it in the back of the net to make it 3-2. Then Martin Lugo puts one in the back of the net off his left foot in the 83rd minute to tie it at 3. And then our hero of the ball game and Matty Perron an assist, our hero Matt Redgraves in the 87th minute to give the Grizzlies the 4-3 lead. Introduction is not needed. Our Grizzly of the game, Mr. Matt Redgrave. Matt, how are you, bud?
Good, yeah. I mean, we made our work of it, as you say. We went 1-0 up, and we got complacent. It was poor from us as a defence. We want to keep clean sheets, and as I say, I mean, I take full blame for that because we shouldn't be conceding 3 goals to anyone. But I mean, credit to the boys. I mean, coming at half time and Coach got at us rightly, and he dug us out. And as I say, full credit to Coach and me. Come out second half, and the boys showed immense character. And I'd say I got 2 goals, but I mean, say without 2 balls from Matty and a ball from John again, I don't score. So it's fantastic from the boys.
Let's talk a little bit about that first half. Not to dwell on the negative, but something you may not know. We've never given up 3 goals in the first half ever here. What's the breakdown back there? What do we got to improve on?
I'd say credit to them. I mean, they come out and I'd say we went 1-0 up, and they got a sniff from the goal on the left hand side. And once they got a little bit of joy, they got momentum. We were very complacent. We were very sloppy as a defence, and that's something we need to eradicate. It's nothing major. Just we lost a bit of focus and we got a bit too casual, and that's something we need to eradicate if we're gonna win. But again, we show fantastic character as we've done all season so far. Still unbeaten, and I say to come out and get the 4-3 win after being 3-1 down is fantastic. So I say credit to the boys.
What's it like for you now? 4 goals, all of them off set pieces and headers. Well, 3 of them are headers here. The one, the nice little volley that made the highlight reel. But for you, you're now a focal point of this offense on those set pieces. Is that something you relish?
It's nice. Yeah, as I say, I mean, I love to score goals. Obviously, I'm a defender on that, and I say to be a threat from set pieces, I want to try and help the team as much as I can. Defensively is my main job, and I was poor in that respect today. But I say hopefully made up with it, and we got the win in the end. But yeah, to be a threat from set pieces is fantastic, and I want to try and get as many goals as possible.
So you put that header in there in the 88th minute, and you create a little bit of a dog pile down here in front of the bleachers. Does it get kind of dark down there? Is it fun?
Just a little bit of team spirit. I saw the boys come over, and it was fantastic. I mean, I got the goal, but that was a team moment. We deserved that. I mean, we worked immensely hard the second half, and I say we come out and we showed a lot of fire, a lot of spirit, and we got a reward in the end. So full credit.
I hope you didn't use all your shout-outs last week. You got some left in the tank for you? Look right at that camera there.
Just the boys again. I say missing back home, but loving it out here, and the boys fantastic. Let's keep it going. Let's keep winning.
Matt Redgrave, congratulations.
Top
Our
man.
Grizzly of the game.
you.
Pair of goals for him in this ball game here is the game winner in the 88th minute between those two, as the Grizzlies will be back in action next weekend on the road in Goshen, Indiana here. They'll take on a pair of road contests before returning back to home on September 9th versus Reinhardt here at the Grizzly Soccer Complex, and we'll have that for you live right here on the Grizzly Digital Network. We welcome back Ian Struckmeyer here. You didn't get a whole lot of FaceTime at the top of the broadcast, so I'll get you some airtime here on the back end. Ian, your final thoughts?
I mean, the result was good as far as the scoreline. Definitely faced some adversity with the men's team, but the performance, a little lackluster. I'm not sure Coach Steve DeCoe would be happy with that at all, but they did overcome that adversity and come out on top with the win. So there's a silver lining to that play.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether you're disappointed in the first half or excited about the second, at the end of the day, the ball follows the Grizzlies' way here. 4-3, your final score here in Lawrenceville. So that'll do it here for Ian Struckmeyer. I'm Matt Mahoney. Our entire cast and crew from Lawrenceville, Georgia, signing off. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe over the Labor Day weekend, and we'll see you guys back here on the Grizzly Digital Network. So long, everybody.